You might be wondering how to show love to yourself. And it sounds like maybe this is kind of like, why are we doing a video on this? It's one of the most Googled topics, so keep watching. In this video, we're telling you why showing love to yourself is so much more important than you think.
Well, first, we're going to talk about what showing love to yourself means and also what it doesn't mean.
Yeah, and last, we'll give you some tips on how to show love to yourself. All right, so we get the idea of showing love to yourself sounds, a little bit hippity-dippity, but it's actually really important.
Well, when you don't show love to yourself in a way that resonates with you, there are pretty serious negative consequences.
There are, and we'll talk about that. And we've seen people get depressed, get into relationships with abusers, do other things that are damaging because they just simply don't love ourselves. Carrie and I have a family member like that.
Being able to love yourself for exactly who you are and what you are is a huge part of happiness.
Mm-hmm. If you depend on only other people to show you love before you can feel love, well, you're putting yourself in a really tough spot.
You're also setting yourself up for major sabotage. And here's why.
Well, whether you like it or not, your mind and your body have needs. I mean, so do mine. Everybody has needs. So if you aren't taking care of your needs in healthy ways that help you feel loved, I guarantee you are meeting those needs in unhealthy ways.
Like eating yourself into obesity and disease, which I know very much about, or screaming at your kids for no good reason.
Which you probably
Cristy,
don't.
I also need to know about that. Cristy might yell at her dogs, but
do.
I used to yell at my kids a lot, or biting my coworkers' heads off over nothing.
Yeah.
And that's because I just really did not know how to show love to myself.
You could be gossiping about other people because that's what helps make you feel special and important.
I'm telling you, your needs don't shut off just because you ignore them. Everyone needs to feel self-love. So the question you have to ask yourself is, will you take control and show yourself love in healthy ways that make you the happiest, best version of yourself?
It's really not a question of if, it's a question of when. Ignoring your needs is gonna tear you down. I'd even go so far to say that there's no such thing as ignoring your needs because one way or the other, you're gonna meet them. And so even if it means doing things that hurt you or other people around you hurt you.
Here's a great example of that. In your body, when you don't make a certain amount of calcium or you don't eat enough calcium, what does your body do? It takes it from your bones. If you're pregnant and you don't have the right nutrients, that baby takes what it needs from your body. So you're going to end up taking what you need and it will end up tearing down your body because you aren't providing yourself what you need and you aren't loving yourself. So eventually it starts to wear down the relationships around you because you're putting undue expectations on the people around you to make you happy when really you need to start showing yourself love.
That's a great example. Showing yourself love with healthy self-care is a necessity, and it's when you've got to make a priority. We're speaking from experience here.
When I neglect my self-care, Cristy, I get impatient with my husband and my daughter, the only one left at home, maybe the grown ones too, depending on how much I ignore it. I know Cristy gets impatient with her dogs too when she doesn't
I can feel it. I can feel myself. When I don't take care of my needs, I feel myself taking it out on other people. I just get real short with people.
Like I'll say, well, I'm just tired today. I didn't sleep enough last night. So whose fault is that? Well, that's Carrie's fault for not sleeping enough. But the person or the people that that take the brunt of that is my family because I didn't show myself enough self-care to go to bed on time.
We practice self-care every single day because when we don't, we start to feel like crap and basically we start to act like crap. And you do too, by the way. Before we go to our next point about what counts as self-care and what isn't self-care, we want to hear from you. So comment below and tell us, do you practice self-care? Do you show yourself love? What does it look like for you? Put it in the box. We want to hear from you. All right, so let's talk about what counts as self-love and what doesn't count as self-love.
Healthy self-care is actually a form of self-love. I define self-care as doing something that rejuvenates you, that helps you feel better physically, mentally, about yourself. It's all how you show love to yourself.
I mean, I think we can all agree that that's pretty important, right? A lot of people confuse self-sabotage, though, with self-care, but they are absolutely not the same thing.
Well, self-sabotage is doing something that you might feel really good in the moment, like eating an entire pizza, but it leaves you feeling bad physically, mentally, about yourself afterwards. So actually binging or eating something that's bad for you, that maybe not the best choice, is actually not self-love.
No.
I know, because a lot of people define going head down in a bottle of a big thing of Haagen-Dazs, they think that's self-love, and it isn't,
Right.
is it, Cristy?
No, it's absolutely not. And neither is wasting time and
Yeah.
then beating yourself up over it. We mentioned eating junk or getting drunk. We don't drink, but yeah, that a lot of people do. And then of course you feel physically and emotionally awful. You're trying to convince yourself that you treated yourself to something good.
Well, and here's what I have found is that the problem with some forms of social media out there, they show women in a bathtub surrounded by junk food and candles lit, and they're like needed some self-love, laying in bed all day long. And that's fine if you want to take a rest. We're not saying that. And we have made poor choices in eating that actually make you feel bad. They've made those poor choices in lifestyle, like drinking an entire bottle of wine. They've said things like, this is self-love. And I think it's really important to differentiate.
Yeah, absolutely. It could be also picking fights with people when you get mad and then feel guilty about it when you finally calm down. I mean, you see what we're talking about? Don't confuse self-love with self-sabotage. It's not the same thing.
Now, we've covered what counts as self-love and what doesn't. And here's how you can start showing self-love to yourself.
Yeah. We can make a list of activities that refresh and rejuvenate you physically, mentally, and both. All right, so when I say make a list, I actually want you to get an old school pen and paper out and write it down. Look, I've written down some notes for myself, and we use our phones for everything. I'm not saying don't use technology, but there are neural pathways that are developed when you put pen to paper. So write down that list of activities that refresh and rejuvenate you.
And if you don't know what a pen and paper is, they actually sell them at the store. I know it's been a long time since some of us have to find an actual writing implement and something to write it on. But it is really important to actually write it because it helps your brain solidify those thoughts. You want to pick things that are good and they're good for you and they help you feel loved. And it's really important that you don't think that a form of self-sabotage is that love, because when you write it down, you can actually ask yourself, is this something that's good for me?
Yeah. Now we love to exercise. When we're together, we get up, we exercise. When we're apart, we get up, we exercise. That's what we view exercise as a form of self-love. We like to take care of our bodies and honor our bodies. Both of us take a nightly bath. I take one almost every single night.
Yes.
I know that we both love we both love getting a massage, although Carrie has kind of dropped off a little bit of getting her massages. We love to get our hair and nails done. So these are just a few things, just kind of telling you examples of what we love.
My self-care includes eating good food, because the truth is, if I go face down in that ice cream, if I go face down in a big thing, people are like eating bonbons and relaxing. Hey, that is not going to do you any good. And all I do after that is over, Cristy, I feel bad about myself. I feel bloated. I don't feel good.
Oh, I have a major headache.
That is
stomach
not
ache.
caring for yourself.
That's not, it feels good in that exact moment.
Yes.
Literally, it lasts a few seconds.
Yes.
But then you're doubled over in pain for 3-4 hours, or maybe even 3-4 days.
And you say, I'm never going to do this again.
You've said it. I'm never going to do this again.
Yep. I'd much rather have you take that $30 and go get your nails done and enjoy some quiet time away from your phone, away from social media. That is self-love. You don't feel badly afterwards. Ask yourself, how do I feel when I'm done with this activity? It's just like going out to lunch with a toxic friend, Cristy. If you don't feel good afterwards, that's not self-care.
It's really, another thing that you might not think about that is self-care is saying nice things to yourself. I mean, that's what we do. I know that I don't have a problem saying nice things to myself. I feel loved when someone says nice things to me, so I say them back to myself.
It's really a hard thing to do, though. And there are times when I might look in the mirror and maybe a certain part of my body isn't perfect, but I'll say, oh my gosh, Thank you, legs. This sounds stupid, but thank you, strong legs, that you carry me around every single day to lift heavy things and do all the work on the farm that needs to be done. Thank you, arms, that I can lift and do. And if someone needs help, if I saw someone fall down, Cristy, she's strong. She can go help them get right back up. So I'm thankful for those parts of my body. I think that's really important.
I'm thankful every day my back doesn't hurt because I've had chronic back problems. And Carrie's thankful for the fact that she's been able to give birth to and nurse 3 babies.
Absolutely.
So moms out there, I would love for you to honor your bodies and be thankful to your bodies for what that they were actually able to grow a human, like on TikTok. Have you made your own people?
I haven't seen that one.
TikTok, so I made my own people. Have you made your own people? And I'm evidently their leader, their moms, and I think that's funny.
Pretty funny.
Your self-care really can be whatever's going to work for you. It just needs to be good for you and leave you feeling better physically, mentally, and just all around better about yourself.
Well, once you've got your list of what helps you feel loved, schedule time every week at least to do these things. That's right. I know this seems really hard for a lot of people, but I want you to schedule these times in and make them a priority every week. Something every day is even better. And I absolutely put gym on my schedule. And when I leave my massage appointment, I make an appointment for the next massage, so I can't get out of it. If you have the next appointment, if you say, Betty, I'll see you back here at the gym tomorrow at 3, and she knows you're going to be there, it's a way of holding yourself accountable to those things.
I know. I schedule my nail appointment an entire year in advance.
Okay, I mean, not everybody does that.
I'm showing up for that sucker. Like, you better be here, Elizabeth, because I'm going to be there with my, I love my nails.
I know.
It's just really important. It's important that you make these activities a regular part of your routine. Otherwise, you know what you're going to do? You're going to self-sabotage.
And you're going to think it's self-care.
Right.
And it isn't.
It's not self-care to abuse food, alcohol, and sugar.
Absolutely.
But if this is a problem for you, guess what? We talk about this a lot on the Code Red Lifestyle. We do. Carrie does a teaching called What Do You Deserve? And during our 10-pound takedown challenge. So if you need help taking better care of yourself, you can get started on the program. Join the Code Red Lifestyle Private Network. You can get that in the App Store. You can get it in the Google Play Store. You can get it by going to coderedlifestyle.com/app.
You're going to get tons of food, ideas, support, programs, tricks, other people that might have trouble with self-love, and they might have some ideas for you. And all these things are designed to help you take your life back.
The reality is a rising tide lifts all boats. So when we can learn together as a private network, and by the way, when I say private network, that's a standalone app that we built away from social media. So the great thing in our private network, there's no ads, no algorithm, no censorship, and no, I don't know, like Betty Crocker, Facebook page to try to,
get you off track
and stuff. So if this is something that sounds like what you need, we would love for you to just go create your free account. We'll see you in the private network, and we'll see you on the next video. In this video, you have one job.
Come on, program.
You can get that in the app. You can get that. We are really good at this.